Hello there, this is Sarah from sarahdesign.com, and you may have seen my YouTube video the other day that I put out that shows how to mock up a Valentine's Day cut file from the Claire and Elise shop in Photoshop. And so that's on YouTube right here. And I thought it might be helpful to show you how to do this also in Silhouette, because this is a pretty simple mock-up that you could do either place. Now, I always recommend Photoshop if you want to do any automations or you want to very quickly change out the design or the colors in your picture and the design on the glass. But for a one-off mock-up, you can certainly use Silhouette, or if you don't have Photoshop yet or you don't want to use Photoshop, it's all good. So I just have my Silhouette Studio Designer Edition window open here. And let's see, where did it go? Here's my files. Okay. So in my folder over here, I have the background file, which is available for free, by the way, inside my Mockups for Drinkware Makers Facebook group. If you join that, I'm including it as a freebie as part of this little lesson. And then a cute cut file from the Claire and Elise shop on So Fancy. So actually I should have had this open already. Sorry about that, but I'm just going to pop over here. And anyway, it would be good for you to see how to do this. So if you go to sofancy.com and then click on Designers, scroll down to this little cute ampersand. This is Claire and Elise. And you'll get to her shop. And here is the adorable Valentines cut file that I'm using. It's a heart and it says hug me. And in Silhouette, well, in Photoshop, I was able to just pull in the PNG file. In Silhouette, in order to colorize this, and like I said, I'm in Designer Edition, I pull in the SVG. So there's that. I'm just going to get everything into my window. So I have my cut file, and then I want to bring in my champagne glass. So I'm just going to scoot things over here, because if you drag on top of another item, it's going to replace it. And then I'm also going to grab my background. Okay, so everything is here. Let me just scoot these things out of the way. I can make the cut file smaller. We'll move over the champagne glass. Okay, so here's my background. There's not really any need to make it any bigger. This is just fine. It's actually quite a large file in Photoshop, and it's at 72 dots per inch, which is the best you can do when someone's looking online. There's no need to go 300 pixels or anything like that. That's more for print. Okay, so here's one of the champagne flute files from my shop, and I will just want to bring it to front, and I just like to hit cut and then hit paste again. It's just fastest for me. This does come in a little smaller because my background file is quite large. I'm just going to scoot things closer so you can see. But, and I wouldn't normally recommend making things bigger this way because they can lose quality, but I thought this one still looked pretty good. Okay, so now we have our cut file here as well. Just going to cut and paste that too. And I'm just going to make it smaller so that it's going to fit onto our champagne flute and put it in place. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Since this is an SVG, I am able to colorize it. So you could sample from the background by grabbing the little eyedropper and picking some color here, or like maybe even the grapes. But then if you wanted to sort of modify that shade, you can also just drag around inside of this advanced options area, or you can choose one of your already saved colors here. That's completely fine too. Now if you want to make this look maybe a little bit more like it's really part of the scene, one trick is to just lower the transparency a little bit. So you could do it on the cut file itself, You could also do it on the glass if you wanted, kind of sort of marry it into the scene a bit. And then I like to zoom out and get the kind of far away view, and then I can zoom back in. And that's it, really. You've made your mock-up. So all you would have to do at this point is to take a screenshot of it, which is Command-Shift-4 on a Mac. And I could screenshot the entire square or some smaller portion. Or if you're, I believe if you're in Business Edition, you can actually export this out as a JPEG. But since I'm on my Mac and I'm doing just the screenshot thing, it just saves it to my desktop. And those are both right here. That was the wider version, and this is the close cropped version. And there you go. I hope you found the tutorial helpful, and happy selling!